This fall, Wall Street plans to sell you the biggest IPO in human history, a $1 trillion ticket to the AI revolution. Now, you probably think you're safe because the trap only catches people dumb enough to buy in. Cute. Here's the actual trap. You don't get to decide. You already own this. Your pension owns it, your bank owns it, and the company behind it burns $21 billion a year. Nothing in this video is speculation. It's audited numbers, public filings, and one very inconvenient law. The trap has 3 doors: the money you spent without knowing, the debt buried in the basement, and the exit sign that was never meant for you. Door 1. Meet your $100. You did everything right. No crypto, no meme coins, no Discord group run by a guy named Chad. You put it in an index fund, the financial equivalent of eating your vegetables. Congratulations, roughly a third of your vegetables are now 7 tech companies, and all 7 are making the exact same bet on AI. You diversified into one bet wearing 7 costumes. But I don't invest. Adorable. Your bank took your deposit and bought bonds, including the ones funding AI data centers. Your insurance company did the same thing with your premiums. And your pension fund, the boring one with the beige website, is in deeper than anyone. Every paycheck, Autopilot buys a little more. You set it up years ago and forgot. So did about 100 million other people. That's door 1. There is no outside. Wall Street didn't invite you into the pool. It moved your house into the pool while you were asleep. Which raises a fair question. What exactly are you holding? Let's check the basement. You've seen the diagram, the one with arrows going in a circle. NVIDIA invests billions into OpenAI. OpenAI pays Oracle for compute. Oracle buys NVIDIA chips. The same money doing laps like it's training for a marathon. Every finance channel showed you the circle. Nobody shows you what the circle is standing on. The basement. OpenAI has promised roughly $1.4 trillion for infrastructure. Its revenue? About $24 billion a year. That is promising to buy 60 houses on a salary that covers 1 bathroom. The contracts read like peace treaties. $300 billion to Oracle, $38 billion to Amazon, $90 billion to AMD. And to keep all that debt from looking scary, the industry uses special purpose vehicles, companies whose special purpose is making debt invisible on a balance sheet. Enron loved these. That's not foreshadowing, that's a spoiler. Rating agencies have already stamped a chunk of these data center bonds as junk, and the GPUs the debt is buying become obsolete in about 4 years. The chips age like milk. The loans age like wine. One man noticed, the investor who predicted 2008. Yes, the Christian Bale one. He placed the same style of bet against NVIDIA and Palantir. When that specific guy buys puts, historians call it a pattern. And when a machine like this gets thirsty, there is exactly one pool of money on Earth still deep enough. Yours. The door to it is called an IPO. So why go public now? Because the private money is running out. Even after raising $110 billion in a single round, projections show the company could run dry by mid-2027. Public markets are the last pool deep enough. That's you. An IPO is the moment early investors are finally allowed to sell, and every seller needs a buyer. In 1999, that looked like this. Honey, I put our savings into pets.com. What do? They lose money, but faster than the competition. Here's the twist. The S&P 500, the world's main index, has a strict door policy. You need actual profits to get in. So the biggest IPO in history doesn't qualify. The bouncer checked its ID and said no. But total market funds and NASDAQ 100 trackers don't check for profits. Within months of listing, the index machines start buying automatically. Every paycheck, a slice of your retirement, quietly purchases shares of a company that loses $1.22 for every dollar it earns. A business model previously known as a hole. Nobody will call you, nobody will ask. Oh, and by law, the secret financials must go public 15 days before the roadshow. Mark your calendar. They already marked yours.
So, will the bubble pop? Wrong question. The right question is, when the music stops, who's left holding it? And the system's default answer is you. Not because you chose to, because you were opted in. Maybe AI really does change everything. Maybe the bet pays off. But notice who gets paid in both endings. The banks running the deal and the insiders under the exit sign. The house wins either way.
That's what makes it a house. 3 doors. Your money is already in. The basement is full of debt. And the exit was never yours. You can't fully leave the trap, but now you're one of the few people who can see it. There's a darker version of this story, one where the bubble isn't allowed to pop at all, but we will leave that for the next video.